The screen is dark. Go ahead. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Vicky, and you are hanging out with Vicky. Today, I have the privilege of having with me this lovely, beautiful lady. I call her Beauty with Brains. And she's the person of Jemima Nelson. She's the CEO of Aruma's Healthcare Services. She's here, to talk about herself and, the services Aruma Healthcare Services provides. And I don't want to give it all away. So just say, welcome, Jemima.
Hi, Vicky.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Nice having you.
I'm so grateful.
Good.
All right, so a bit about me.
Yes.
As you're aware, I'm Ghanaian, and I'm married with 3 children, 3 girls. I'm a qualified nurse as well, and I decided to do occupational health, which is what I'm doing at the moment. So Aruma is an occupational health business, and we do some travel as well. Basically, yeah, that's all about me. If there's anything else, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And how many years have you been a nurse?
All right. I started my nursing in 2000, and I qualified in 2001. And then obviously I went to a ward where I learned a lot about a medical condition that I have, but I'll say that later on to you. So I learned a lot on the ward in terms of the condition. And then I was there for about 6 years, and I decided to do the occupational health just because of childcare and other things, because the ward, it was more shift work.
Yeah.
But it was nice to be able to do day work. So with occupational health, you look after healthy people as opposed to looking after the sick. I'm not complaining about that because I love working on the hospital as well, but yes, that's why I went into occupational health. Yes, and I won't look back. It's, yeah.
Okay. Aruma's Healthcare Services.
Yes.
I got to know about this organization, through a lot of care and nursing agencies.
Yeah.
So, for the benefit of those who haven't yet come across what Aruma Healthcare Services does,
yes,
and just tell us how it started and what kind of services you provide.
All right. Now, I'm sure a few people have wondered why Arumas, the name Arumas.
Yes. It's very unique.
It is.
Abbreviated?
It's actually a joint sort of name. So what it is as I said, I'm from Ghana, and my middle name is Ama.
All right.
And my husband's middle name is Aruna. So we combined the Ama and Aruna, and we got Arumas. So it's more a family business, and then that's how we came up with the name Arumas. And as I said, we provide occupational health services. We do provide it for individuals, and we provide it for businesses as well. Now, when I say businesses, like you said, we have a lot of agencies, so nursing agencies. What we do, I think majority of what we do is bloods and vaccinations. So the Department of Health needs the nurses to be immune to certain communicable diseases, such as hepatitis B, measles, rubella, and that protects the patient and also protects the nurse as well. So before you can work in the NHS, you need to be protected with those things I've just said. So normally we get agencies sending their nurses to us. We assess their fitness to work, so are they fit to work? And then we also check to make sure they have their bloods and immunizations up to date. If they don't, we do the bloods on site, send it to a reputable lab. When the results come and it's negative, we can vaccinate them as well. So we ensure that they are compliant to what they do. So that is a majority of what we do. We have quite a few agencies that we work with. Now, aside that, we also do pregnancy risk assessment. which is one of the requirements. So if someone is pregnant, a lady's pregnant, the law says we need to assess her 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. Just because there's a lot of, especially in different workplaces, such as bakeries, we have women standing for 7-8 hours. Some of the offices as well, the chairs are not, or the tables are not really conducive for the growth of the pregnancy. So we do that as well. We do D4 medicals, we do travel, health promotion. So we have organizations where we go in and do health promotion for their employees, and most organizations love that, and the employees also love that. So we go in and do blood pressure, cholesterol, sometimes diabetes as well, and then we give general health advice. Now, during my experience, we've actually been able to not really diagnose, but we've been able to have results where we've asked the staff to go and have a follow-up with their GPs. And they come back saying, if it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't have known I am diabetic or I have hypertension. So yes, we go to organizations, and for the benefit of the organizations, the staff doesn't need to take time off because we are there.
It's true. Yeah.
So it's good for companies to call us in. And the employees also believe that the company is looking after them, because if someone is coming in to do all this and give advice, it's an amazing thing for the company and also for the staff. So yeah, basically we do the whole remit. We do health surveillance as well.
Ooh,
Sorry.
That's amazing. Wow.
I seem to be, yes. But we do health surveillance. So if it depends on the organization. So again, I'll go to bakery. Health surveillance we do for a bakery would be spirometer testing. So you inhale flour. Sometimes we do musculoskeletal because they pick up heavy things. So if someone has a pre-existing condition, we can then put restrictions or recommendations for the organization. So these are things that we do as well. We do hearing tests. So if, for instance, the printers, they have all the printers going on regularly. Imagine how much noise they are exposed to. So we go in and do audio testing, check their hearing, and if they are exposed to too loud noise, we then advise. So we do quite a lot of things in our rumors. Yeah, so we do, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I think I forgot one last bit. We do travel vaccines.
Give us more.
Yes.
Because I'm very intrigued with the kind of services you provide.
We do travel vaccines as well. So travel vaccines, I think, is my main interest at the moment.
Okay.
Now, obviously, we are Africans, and sometimes the things I hear in a rumors sometimes really throws me back.
Is it?
Yes.
What are some of those things?
All right, so we have travel, we have people living here for so long.
Yeah.
Now, when they come in and you advise them, let's say someone's going to Ghana, they need malaria tablets, they need yellow fever, and they need typhoid and other things. So you suggest that. Now, I can only suggest and recommend, and then tell you the consequences of not having it. So then you hear things like, I was born in Ghana, so I'm immune to malaria.
Oh.
I don't need malaria tablets. Yes. And then you look at them and you say, no, you do need malaria tablets, because if we have people in Ghana suffering with malaria, there's no way you can go there and not suffer from malaria. So there's, I think there's a lot of things we can teach our fellow Ghanaians and Africans, and I'm really interested in that, because when I hear this, I think, we need more knowledge. We need more knowledge. We have the opportunity here to protect ourselves before we go on holiday. You don't want to come back feeling unwell. It just spoils the whole holiday. So for me, I think it's advisable to have all the immunizations and then go have fun. Enjoy yourself in your holiday.
Wow. So viewers, as you've heard, if you have any plans of traveling to Africa, don't think probably because you were born and bred there, there's no need for you to have any malaria
tablets. Yes.
It's mandatory to also get the yellow fever as well.
Yes. Now, you did say if you're going to Africa, but it's not just Africa. So if you're going to anywhere, if you're going to anywhere in the world, there's requirements.
Oh, really?
So it's always advisable to actually seek advice from a travel clinic. Like you've just mentioned, yellow fever is mandatory in certain countries.
Yeah.
Now you can buy your ticket, buy your swimming suit, get ready for holiday, get to the country, and you'll be turned away. Because that is the World Health Organization, that is the recommendation. So it's not just about having a vaccination to protect yourself, but you can actually get to the country and be turned away because you don't have the yellow fever card. Now, before it used to be every 10 years for yellow fever. At the moment, it's for life. So sometimes I have people saying about the cost, and I tell, your life and the cost, and it's for life. You don't have to come back for it again. So yes, education, everything is under budget. But if you can go on holiday, you can protect yourself.
You can, if you can afford a holiday,
then yes,
it shouldn't be a problem for you to have your yellow fever vaccination.
No.
It's very, very true.
Yes, and I've gone for seminars where people have just gone for 4 days, 3 days, and died of yellow fever. Because unfortunately, yellow fever is daytime mosquitoes. So we always look out for the malaria, which is the nighttime mosquitoes. But yellow fever is actually daytime mosquitoes that are in certain parts of Africa. So people are not mindful about that. So if you are not protected, the consequences could be very fatal. Yes.
So, Jemima, if you look at all types of vaccinations that you should have before traveling anywhere,
yes,
it looks like the two most important ones are the malaria tablet and yellow fever. Am I right?
I won't.
Or the typhoid and all the others are also very, very, very important.
Of course, it is. There's no point protecting yourself with one thing and leaving the other. Now, typhoid and hepatitis A is for food and water. So Ghanaians abroad, when we go back home, what do we want to do? We want to eat the things we haven't eaten for so long.
Oh, yes.
So that's how you can get typhoid. Yes, in the plantain leaves. It has a different taste in the plantain leaf.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I won't say that yellow fever and malaria, that's not the case. You need to be protected. Okay. So what I'll suggest is you have to consult a travel agency. Even if it's not Arumas, you need to consult the travel agency and they give you advice. And then it's up to you to decide if you want to have it or not. But as I said, the consequences of not having it can be very fatal. We've had people die on holiday, and this could have been prevented only if they had the prevention. Some of those things are free, some of those things you have to pay for. So I don't see why I can't protect myself when I'm going on holiday and not to worry about what I might catch when I go on holiday. Yes.
It's very, very, very true.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is really an eye-opener. So please make sure if you have any plans of traveling this summer, get all your vaccinations done. And don't say that you want to have just typhoid or yellow fever and leave taking the malaria tablets. Make sure that you have all of them, the immunization and all the tablets, and it will really go a long way, protect your life and save you. If you want to call the studio line, you can call us on 020-800 46-100, option 9. The number again is 020-800 46-100, option 9. If you want to follow us on Facebook, it's Heritage TV. If you want to also email me, it's vicky.newton@heritagetv.co.uk. You can follow us on all the social media handles. Oh my goodness, I'm learning a lot. I'm really learning a lot.
Good.
Now, tell us if you went through any challenges, setting up Aruma's healthcare services.
Yes.
Because the reason why I'm asking this question is, it's amazing. It looks like, I don't know whether there are any other agencies that do the services that you provide, because at the back of my mind, I believe it's only few pharmacies that provide travel vaccines and these things. But for you as an organization, I think there's not a lot of you guys around, so it's very, very, very unique
Yes.
to have such a company.
Yes.
Challenges.
Yes, I mean, just to elaborate a bit on what you've just said, some GPs do travel as well.
Right.
But yellow fever is one that you need to have an accreditation. So you need to be able to get the accreditation before you can give yellow fever. Most GPs don't do that. So we provide yellow fever. So we've been given, obviously, we've gone through the training and everything to be able to. So most our local GPs, they send most of their patients to us. Yes. So we have, in terms of travel, most local GPs, we look after their patients when they're traveling. Now, Arumas was set up in 2007. So it's 12 years now since we started. Obviously, as a small business, there's always going to be challenges. We have the big, what do you call them? The big competitors that will try and squash us if they can. So in terms of occupational health, I think we have a competitor who is very determined to take most of our clients. But I think there's a lot of loyalty with our patients as well. I won't call them patients, I call them clients. So most of our clients we have, they always come back to us. I think we try and go out of our way to provide the best customer services we can. We always try and make the clients very comfortable as well. Now, when you go to the GP, you know how it is. There's always a rush with the GP. Sometimes the nurse doesn't got enough time to really talk to you and make you feel comfortable. We give vaccination to children as well. So you have to be very, what's the word? You can't rush children. You need to make them feel very comfortable. And that's what we do at Arumas. So we have people coming in, recommending more people, and that's how Arumas has been sustained. We do have the occasional tenders, but most of our clients is word by mouth. So I think that is what we want to pass on to the, I won't say Ghanaian population. Obviously, Ghanaian population is the first, but I think Afro-Caribbeans, please come see the service we provide, and then you can always compare it to whatever you've had in the past. But we try and look after you as best as we can. The competitor, I mean, he's always going to be there. But I think your services that you provide, the efficiency of what you provide, compassion, so it's how you relate to your clients. They would always come back regardless of how cheap somebody else is trying to.
Probably your competitors may.
They've tried to undercut some of our clients in terms of prices, but believe it or not, there's still complaints about his services. So they still come back to us, although we might be slightly expensive. I always believe in quality is better than quantity. And this is health we are playing with. You know, this is people's health. So it's not just about the cheap stuff that you get out there, but it's about the service, the whole service that we provide. Now, in terms of the competitor as well, I think we provide more variety of services. So that also helps us in retaining some of our clients. We do the bloods on site, we vaccinate on site, and we do quite a lot on site, which he doesn't.
So do you do your rounds with big vans? I'm just imagining. I'm just imagining because, you know, it's like a one-stop shop. You are home, or no, sorry, you are in an organization. Let's say staff, and they say, okay, between this time to this time, we've got Arumas Healthcare Services coming to check your health, what you need to, to check whether you guys are fit and healthy. If there's any immunization to be done, it will be done on site. So I'm just imagining, your staff strength.
Well, the thing is, when you run a business, obviously you need to be able to provide what's especially to satisfy your clients. So we try as much as possible to satisfy what the client needs. Sometimes we've had to go on site. So we've had to go to the client site, done the bloods, given the vaccination. So that also helps a lot of our clients. They don't need to send their clients to us, but we go into their building, see about 20 people, and that is also what some of the clients want. So yes, we would go out of our way if we have to.
You have to.
So I think that's also one of the credits we have. Yes, because we always try and go out of our way to satisfy our clients. Without our clients, our roommates wouldn't be our roommates. So our clients' opinions and making them comfortable is paramount to what we do in our roommates. Yeah.
So with what you said, I have this understanding that the main challenges you have is from competitors.
Yes.
That's the main challenge.
That would be the main challenges. Everything else seems to be okay. I mean, sometimes the pharmaceutical companies, we have to order the vaccinations. Sometimes it's a bit delayed. But that is not really a problem because we always have enough stock. So that is not bad. I think the competitor would be more of a challenge. But 10 years now, I think we've got the experience on how to deal with that. So yes, we are still going strong.
Going strong.
Yes.
Going strong. You know, where I live,
yes,
I contacted a few GPs in my area because I was planning to go on holiday in Africa.
Okay.
And just wanted to inquire about this immunization thing we were talking about. And you'd be surprised.
Yes.
3 GPs.
Yes.
Only 1 nurse who does travel immunization.
Yes.
She was on holiday.
Oh. Yes, I hear that a lot.
She's not back till probably in a couple of weeks later. So I was asking myself, 1 nurse, 3 GPs?
No. Unfortunately, NHS is under resourced. I mean, I'm sure you are.
Oh my!
As a traveler, I won't understand. I feel it's a bit. It's not the best of situations. Yes, but what we do, obviously, and sometimes as well, GPs would give a 3-week waiting. So your appointment would not be today, tomorrow. You would have to wait for 3 weeks. And you might be traveling in the next week. So what we do is, when you contact our roommates, if we have any availability, we will sleep you through, no matter how close you are to traveling. Now, the only thing I might insist on, or just insist on, is when you give a vaccination, you have 8 to 10 days to build antibody.
Okay.
So let's say you've never had yellow fever. If I give you the yellow fever, the vaccination I give you, your body then produces something called antibodies. Those are the things that fight when you come into contact with the virus again. So it takes 8 to 10 days. So ideally, it would be better to have at least 2 weeks before you travel.
All right.
But my policy is better late than never. So sometimes we will give the vaccination 4 days before you travel, but then there's enough advice for you to be able to protect yourself until you produce your antibodies. Okay. So ideally, please, if you can book appointments 2 weeks in advance, you are guaranteed to be immune before you go. Okay. With the malaria tablets as well, if you've never had malaria tablets, everything has side effects. Now, there's different malaria tablets in the UK that we can give. So what we advise as well is you start it a week or 2 before you travel. Right. If you are not, if it's not right for you, or you're having extreme side effects, we can change it before you travel. Oh, right. So there's no point calling a travel agency a day before, having malaria tablets, going to Ghana, deciding that the side effect is too much, so I'm going to stop taking it. Unfortunately, you are still going to catch the malaria. And also, another thing I want to also stipulate is, people will take the malaria tablets. When you come back, you are supposed to take 4 weeks, depending on which malaria tablet is given to you. So obviously,
the daily and the
weekly. Yes, you're right. Unfortunately, people go on holiday, enjoy themselves, come back, and think that there's no more mosquitoes in the country.
So they don't complete.
They don't complete the course. Now I'm pleading to the general public.
Big announcement, ladies and gentlemen.
That whatever you're told to do, can you please comply? Yeah. The reason why they tell you to take 4 weeks when you come back, or 7 days, because with the daily one, you have to take 7 days when you come back, is because whilst you're still in the malarious country, you'll still be bitten.
Yeah.
Now, the only way you can kill the parasites in you is by taking the 4 weeks or the 7 weeks. So when you come to a country like the UK, where there's no more mosquitoes, the only way of killing the parasites left in you is by continuing the 4 weeks or the 7 days. So coming back and thinking there's no more malaria, so I'm not going to take medication, it's just as if you haven't taken the medication at all. Because the parasites in you can then convert into you having malaria. So that's one thing I would like to say to the general public. Please, when you go away and you come back, continue the medication. Otherwise, you're still going to catch malaria.
Okay.
Yes.
I think there should be a lot of, campaigns
Yes.
to educate us, because I'm really learning a lot.
Yes.
And I'm also going to tell friends, family, even my neighbors about what we've discussed today.
Excellent.
Because, it's giving me more insight.
Yes.
I realize that it's no joke. You shouldn't play with it.
No.
You shouldn't play with it at all.
No. I'm praying, it is. I'm praying people will take this serious. And unfortunately, it's the Africans. I'm an African as well.
Exactly.
And sometimes
we can't be bothered.
You can't be bothered. There's too many things to do before traveling. Get the children ready. Oh God, do I need to be taking medication as well? So please, if you can contact a travel clinic, even just for advice. And I'm available. On the website, our details are on there. If you're unsure, please do give us a call. We'll be there to tell you what is right and what is wrong. We go to Ghana. I use Ghana because it's my home country. I go to Ghana, the temperature is about whatever degrees, I'm burning with heat. All I want is a cool drink. So I go into a shop, get myself a Coke, and then ask them, could you please top it up with some ice? Because I need to cool down. Now, unfortunately, no one uses bottled water for ice. All the ice that we take is from the tap. So unfortunately, that is not the best thing to do. So when we go to Ghana, ice is not something we should be taking from local places, even with the hotels. It's it's advisable to do your own ice. I'm not scaring anybody, but obviously knowledge is power. So taking ice from a local shop could give you diarrhea later on. I know a personal friend who's had diarrhea for 3 weeks since they've been back from Ghana. That is not a very nice situation to be in. So I urge people to please contact a travel clinic. As I said, I've come on the show because I want people to be aware, and I'm also making myself available. So if anyone is unsure of anything, please give us a call. I'm happy to give advice. It's better to be safe than sorry. Yes.
Oh, wow. I'm learning a lot. Really learning a lot.
Yes.
Because I'm also fond of when I go to Africa, this ice cubes issue. And probably I was saved. But that doesn't mean I should. I have to be very, very careful.
Yes. Sometimes we are fortunate. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Because someone will come and tell me, I've been going to Ghana, nothing's happened to me. But there's that one day. So we need to prevent it if possible. Yes.
With all these things that you've, discussed with me.
Yes.
I feel in my heart, I think there's a lot more education that, should be done. May I ask, does Aruma Healthcare Services go to churches to also speak to them about these things? Because I feel we need this information.
Actually, it's something that I've done in the past.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes. And I have been thinking about that as well. But I need to ensure that we have enough manpower because it will be a Sunday. And so I need to make sure we have enough manpower. But I would love to do this. I've been in a church where I've had to talk about cardiovascular diseases. So blood pressure, cholesterol, things like that. And unfortunately, Africans, again, is our diet. So most of the Africans have high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, and it's hereditary. And the reason is because of what we've been eating.
Starchy.
palm oil, which we all knew was amazing.
It was amazing.
However,
Because
it is
was the
not.
healthiest.
Yes. And if you think about it, your great-grandmother has had so much palm oil. Your mom has had so much palm oil. So it's being passed down to in terms of the generation. So there are some of those things we can't avoid. But with education, we then don't pass it on to our children. So it is always good to read and learn. It's not just Africans, Asians as well, they have the same because of their curry. Now for Africans, as you've said, there's the palm oils and other things that we have. So I have given advice where people have come back to me and said, Jemima, since we stopped eating palm oil, my health is amazing now. I feel much stronger, I feel much energetic, but it's all education. They didn't know until I brought it up. Yes.
This palm oil issue.
Yes.
It's Zomi healthier than the
Zomi and the rest is all palm oil.
I thought Zomi was the healthiest.
I wish I could say that.
So is it the same cholesterol level as the normal vegetable and
yes,
sunflower oil?
What it is with palm oil, whether it's Zomi or whichever brand, when we put palm oil in our cupboards, they card.
Yes.
Normally, the house is room temperature.
Yes.
Now, our body is room temperature.
Yeah.
So if they can card, when it's left in the kitchen, it can card in your body.
Oh.
So that's how we get stroke. That's how we get high blood pressure. Because if we have too much saturated fat in our blood, the heart needs more power to pump the blood round. So that is what high blood pressure is. Just because the heart now needs more pressure because you have too much saturated fat in your blood. So if palm oil can card when it's in room temperature, my dear, it would also card when...
Because I thought palm oil was more healthy. You know what? I use less vegetable or sunflower oil.
Yes.
More palm oil. Thinking that that's the most healthy. And you know what? The vegetable and sunflower oil doesn't card, is it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yes, it can. So if you think about it, as it's going in your circulation, it sticks on your walls, your arteries and veins. So now it restricts the flow of blood.
Oh my.
So as I said, then the heart now needs more pressure to pump the blood around. Now, as it sticks on your walls as well, the vessels of the wall, it gets to a point, it becomes a bit heavy. Because as it's going, it's sticking onto the wall. So then it drops into the blood. The fat sticking on the wall then drops into the blood, continues in the circulation. That is how people get stroke. Because the clot now, or the fat that has fallen into the oil, if it gets into the brain during circulation, that is when people then get stroke. So it's not about trying to scare anybody, but I think education, if we educate ourselves, there's a lot of things we can avoid, we can prevent. Having high blood pressure is not the best thing that one needs. But if you look at our African data, and the reason is our diet. So palm oil is not the best. Coconut oil, I think there's a lot of research going on coconut oil. Okay. Now you realize that when you put coconut oil, it cards in room temperature. Oh, yes. The difference is if you put coconut oil on your skin, it automatically melts. If you've never done that, try that. You can do the experiment with the palm oil and the coconut oil. Now, as soon as the coconut touches the heat, it melts. So you know if it's in your body, it's going to melt. It's not going to card. So there's so much research out there. And sorry, I deviated slightly from the church.
It was my fault.
It's all right.
Because, I just... you pulled me into it, and, I had to, because I was...
Yes.
I'm guilty of that as well.
Yeah, we all are.
I was pushing you, drifting you towards that side. So let's go back to the church.
Yes, we all are. Now the thing is, I've organized HIV tests in churches as well, which is anonymous. The pastor hasn't got any data. As company comes in and will do all this, you get your results within 3 minutes. So it's after church. We can organize this for any church. It's free. Your congregation doesn't need to pay for this. So if anyone is interested, please contact me. We can also come and do health promotion. So if anyone is interested, there might be a small charge for the health promotion just because we need to buy strips to do the bloods and the high blood pressure and high blood pressure. We just need a monitor. That's fine. But the cholesterol and blood sugar, diabetes, we need to buy the strips. So unfortunately, there might be a small charge for that. But please, it means that your congregation will be healthy as well. Now we work. You know, Africans, we work. We don't have time to go to the GP. So if we are coming to you to look after you, it means that you don't have to take time to go to the GP. And sometimes people don't even know they have all the things. So this is the opportunity for you to have a test done and then have it followed up. There's so many deaths that can be avoided. So many deaths. But we are so busy running around looking for money. But we are not really looking after our health. So yes, it's something that I would say. I'm happy to come to churches. I'm happy to organize it. But I need people to call me and tell me what they want. Yes.
Do you sometimes need volunteers? Because
yes,
to be very honest, I know you have the workforce to, you know, help you do these things.
Yes.
But definitely when it comes to visiting churches,
yes,
you know, churches are very,
yes,
very large numbers.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find maybe someone has been dreaming, especially the young.
Yes.
Has been dreaming to get into this field.
Yes.
Probably, you know, it would be a great idea if they start from volunteering,
of course,
and helping out with, you know, the things that you're doing. Do you have anything, you know, that allows other people to volunteer, be part of your team?
I mean, it's something that we don't have at the moment because, as I said, with the church, I've done that in the past, but I haven't done that recently.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm a Christian as well. Now, I always believe in helping the community.
Good.
So if anyone wants to volunteer, I am more than happy. Because you don't need to be a nurse to do some of those things. We can take data. You can be the one to advise or explain. So we can do the training. It won't take that long. But we can help each other. We can look after each other. I'm happy to have volunteers if they really want to help. It would be amazing. And as you said, it would be a platform as well for someone to learn if they really want to learn. So no, I'm more than happy to start something up. If a church is willing, we will come with our force and then look after your congregation. Yes, we will be happy to do that. Yes.
Great. That is great. What is the future for you? Are you going to open branches maybe in Ghana, other countries? The future, because for me, what we've discussed so far, the future is bright.
Yes.
But you as a CEO, what's the future for Aruma's healthcare services?
All right. So we have a branch in Leicester.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yes, we do. So there's a branch in Leicester as well. And sometimes my clients ask for branches in various places. It's something we're looking into. But I think it would more be in the UK than international at the moment because there's so much regulations and you know, so I think we would be in the UK for a while. And then if there's an opportunity for us to go international, I won't say no to any business opportunity. But at the moment, it's just the UK. But we are spreading our wings. So we are looking at what our clients are asking. So the demands that our clients need, and that's what we are following. Yeah, so I think we were told about Yorkshire and we are looking into it, but we haven't really established anywhere there yet. Yeah, so yes, I would love to open more branches to help the community, to help our people. I'll be happy to do that. It's a satisfying job that I do. So yes, I'll be happy to do that.
That would be nice.
Yes.
I also wouldn't mind, sorry.
Yes. I would love to have you if, yes, we do.
I wouldn't mind volunteer, but I wouldn't go near
the needles and the bloods. You don't have to. We need.
I can help to pass on the needle to you for you to.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'm learning a lot, and to be very honest with you, today, Jemima has been my lifesaver. Reason being, I thought that palm oil was healthier than the normal cooking oil. So immediately after this show, I'm going into my kitchen cupboard to try and take some stuff out of my cupboard because I want to live long. I've got children and a husband.
Definitely.
So I'm going to change a lot of things in my diet, especially with the red oil. I never knew that, red oil is something that, can clog in your body.
Yes.
So you've been a lifesaver. So I'm going to try and get some stuff out of my cupboard. If you want to get in touch with Jemima, she's going to give you all the details, where her office is, and if you want to call her contact number. So Jemima, can you please give our audience your contact details and the address if they want to visit you, have a discussion with you. And I'll also endeavor organizations. Please get in touch with this lovely lady, and she'll be able to help your employees to stay healthy. Over to you, Jemima.
All right. So we are based in Mitcham at the moment. We used to be in Croydon, but we are now in Mitcham. Our website is www.arumas.com. Arumas is ARUMAS. So www.arumas.com. The landline is 0203 372 4073. Now, the mobile number as well, which you can get if the landline is busy, is 077 483 00207. Now, the address is 1 Common Side West, Mitcham, CR4 4HA. However, we would prefer a phone call.
Give us the landline again, please.
Okay. Yeah. The land number is 0203 372 4073.
4073.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Because I've got someone saying, please, can you give us the landline number again?
Excellent. Yes, please. I look forward to receiving phone calls.
Yeah, and we've got the number on the screen as well, so you can write it down and get in touch with Jemima, and she'll be very happy to speak to you and try her very best to help you out. Jemima, do you have any advice for any up-and-coming woman, especially?
Yes.
Who would like to either go into the type of business you are in or want to set up a business, because you are an inspiration to me as well.
Thank you.
So if you can encourage someone.
Yes.
It hasn't been easy.
No.
Just a word of encouragement.
Okay. Now, I did mention in the beginning that I had a health challenge.
Okay.
I'm happy to share this because I think it would also help other individuals.
Thank you.
I have sickle cell, so I am full-blown sickle cell.
And you look so healthy.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yes. So I am a full-blown sickle cell patient, which means that I am in chronic pain most of the time. If you don't know what sickle cell is, that's all it is. It's a hereditary disease, and it causes pain, which is termed as crisis. Now, as I said, this business was started 10 years ago. I'm a mother of 3. Ooh. I'm a wife. So there's a lot of things to juggle. If I can do it, anyone else can do it. Wow. With my health, there's a lot. I have to go to hospital. I have to make sure I'm okay. But it doesn't stop me from doing anything. When I started the business, obviously you seek advice. Some of the advice was so negative. If I had listened to it, I won't be helping people as I am doing now.
You see?
So please, if you really want to do something, focus. Seek advice from people that have already done it. There is no point trying to invent the wheel. I sought advice from people. I was very confident in what I was doing. As I said, I'm a Christian. I have so much faith. So the challenges I know would be there, but I am determined. I always saw my goal rather than the challenges. So if you have a goal and you write this goal down and you look at your goal, how am I going to get there? Yes, I have the health challenges. So what? Life still goes on. We have people that are asthmatic, people that are hypertensive. Yes. We have people that have all sorts of things. That shouldn't deter you from doing anything. As long as you are confident, you're determined, you can do anything. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Now, what you need to do, as I said, is just be determined. Ensure that you have somebody that can advise you. believe it or not, you have the negative advice as well. But
repeat it again.
You will have the negative advice, which goes without saying.
Yes.
So we have the people that would say, don't do it. And then we have the people that would encourage you. Please go with the encouragers. The people that said won't do it, I have people that look at me and tell me, Jemima, I can't believe you're still running Arumas. And if I had listened to the negatives, I wouldn't be where I am. I am so fulfilled because when I do stuff for my clients, the appreciation is just an amazing feeling. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're determined to do something, look at the goal. Forget the distractions. It's always going to be there, regardless of what it is. If you are passionate about something, it's much easier as well. So whatever you decide to do, make sure it's something that you can do without thinking. If you have to go for education, if you have to better yourself, you need to do that. So those are the things that you need to focus on. Distraction you would get. At the moment, I think WhatsApp, Facebook is a lot of distraction for people. So it's the distractions you need to avoid. Just focus on your goal. Anything that will get you to your goal. Even if there are times that, sometimes I feel like, I don't really want to do this anymore. Sometimes things don't go well at all. But believe in yourself. Believe in yourself that whatever you started, you're going to finish. However you're going to do it, you will find the way to do it. If it means educating yourself, if it means going to seminars, if it means having training, and age is just a number.
Just a number.
Don't think that I'm too old to do this. You can do whatever you put your mind to. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Wonderful. Wow. I don't know whether to be emotional or I don't know. The feeling is mixed.
Yes. No, you don't. No, you don't have to. We all learn from each other.
Can I put in a request?
Go
Jemima,
on.
Please, if you haven't written a book here, think about it. It will inspire people.
Victoria, it's amazing you said that.
Yes.
Because my sickle cell consultant is ready to help me write a book.
See?
To help encourage other sickle cell.
Please do.
So it's something I started. But now that you've said it,
please,
I am definitely going to finish it. It would be a promise to you and any other person that needs the help. As I said in the beginning as well, when I qualified, I worked on the sickle cell ward.
Okay.
And I had young people that thought they couldn't finish school.
Wow.
As a sickle cell patient, I knew I was going to die at the age of 18. I knew I couldn't have kids. I knew I really couldn't do much with my life because I'm always going to be in pain. So when I look at the patients, the young girls and boys in the ward, thinking their life is just over. I always go to them, and everybody on the ward knows I've got sickle cell. I don't. It's something I don't hide. So I tell everybody I'm sickle cell, and I'm happy to help anybody. So by the time I speak to them, and they look at me, I was pregnant on the ward. Whoa. So one girl thought she couldn't have kids, just like me.
Yeah.
So then being pregnant, it changes the views that we were taught when we were young.
Yes.
So in a way, I'll be happy to take your challenge if it is a challenge.
Please.
I'll be happy to take it on.
Yes, and I'll have you in here for everybody to see the book.
That would be
probably
great.
To order it online.
That would be great.
I will also want to have one so that I can, read it to my kids, even my church.
That would be great.
To be an inspiration. And if I may ask, you did mention you thought you could die at the age of 18. May I ask, when you have sickle cell, are you given a maximum age that you cannot cross? When you get to that age, that is the end.
It's not that I thought. I was told.
You were told.
Yes. So I was.
This interview is going to another level. Please do that.
I was told.
Okay.
Now, I was brought up in Ghana.
Right.
And at that time, education wasn't that. We didn't know much about sickle cell. So the book I had, my dad got from the UK. It was this big.
Right.
So I educated myself from a very young age with the disease I had and how I could manage it.
Right.
And the book also did say that, sickle cell patients don't go past 21. So we have 18 to 21 just because we can have organ failures. We can have so many things that can happen. It's not just the pain that we go through. Just so that, just a little bit education. The reason why we have sickle cell, obviously your red blood cells are round. Okay. Now with sickle cell, our red blood cells, we have a bit of round cells and a bit of C shapes. So they are crescent shapes. That's what we call them. So as they go in circulation, they hook onto each other and then they get stuck in the joints. That's why we have excruciating pain. It's not the pain that I can describe, but it's excruciating pain. And with those crescent shapes as well, obviously when they get stuck in joints, they stop oxygen from going to different organs. So that's where, unfortunately, people can die from. And again, we can die, a lot of sickle cell patients can get stroke as well. Same reason, because when the cells hook onto each other, they become like clots if they get stuck in your brain. So we have young sickle cell patients suffering from stroke because of this. Yes.
I never knew that.
Yes. In terms of the boys as well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on TV, but in terms of the boys, we can have a sickle cell patient, a boy, who might have an erection for about 2 hours, 3 hours.
Oh my goodness.
It's not because they have any funny thoughts, but it's also part of the sickle cell. So as I've said before, as the cells go around in circulation, when they get hooked onto each other, they then stop the blood from flowing. So then young boys would have an erection for 2 hours. They don't understand why
they have.
It is. We have young boys in Ghana who would stop going to lectures because this is happening to them. We have young boys that have tried to commit suicide because unfortunately in our community, when a young boy walking around, imagine walking around with an erection, and your mom and dad would wonder, what is going on? What is my son thinking?
Yes.
He doesn't have a clue why this is happening, but it's a sickle cell symptom as well.
Exactly.
So there's so much I can educate on sickle cell. I've deviated slightly.
Yeah,
but if we have any sickle cell patients, anyone who wants to talk to me or ask me anything about sickle cell, please dial my number. I worked on sickle cell for 4, 5 years or 6 years maybe. I'm a sickle cell patient as well. So I have the benefit of both worlds.
Exactly.
So if anyone has any worries, if I can't solve it or I can't give the answer, I will direct you. I will signpost you to where you can get the advice. Please don't suffer alone. Sickle cell patients don't suffer alone. We have communities. We have people that you can talk to. If anything is happening and you don't understand, please contact somebody. Don't suffer alone. Thank you.
Oh, Jemima, you've been a blessing.
Thank you.
You've been I wish we could talk for over an hour. I wouldn't mind.
Thank you.
Oh my day, I'm learning so much. I'm really learning so much.
We learn every day.
That's amazing. And just look at you. If you hadn't said that, that's what you go through. Nobody would think. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm so touched today. I'm so touched. Thank you so much for enlightening us, giving us encouragement. Oh my days. It's something else. It's something else. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say. Jemima,
it's been lovely coming
here. We
here.
will need you to come back again because I can see you have a lot to tell us. So I would have to arrange with you again for you to come to the studio.
I would love to
talk about a lot of things. I can see you have a lot to say. Then when you write your book as well, we will have to come back again for us to discuss the book and also, tell our viewers where they can get the book.
Yes.
So viewers, I would like to request Mrs. Jemima Nelson to give us the details again if anybody wants to get in touch with her. She's based in Mitcham and she's got another branch in Leicester. So Jemima, give us the contact telephone numbers again and the address, if you don't mind.
No, I don't. So my the website is www.arumas.com. The telephone, the landline number is 0203 372 4073. The mobile number is 077 483 00207.
Wonderful. Jemima, do you have any thank yous?
Yes.
Appreciation? Definitely. This is your moment. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'd love to say thank you to my family. They've been my rock, my children, my husband, and without them, I don't think I would have been where I am. I really appreciate them. I'm also going to say thank you to the people that believe in what I've been doing. Just because I've had someone call me and said, you know what, Jemima, I saw you 10 years ago. I've given your details to somebody. I went to your old site, you weren't there, but I was determined to refer this person to you because of the services you provide.
Wow.
So I am really touched when people say that. I am really grateful for people that believe in what we do and people that are also happy to support us because we've been invited to Ghana Party in the Park. We've been invited to Miss Ghana. We've been there to give advice and give leaflets. So I would also say thank you to the presenters, Jojo and Dennis. They've been amazing as well. So yes, I think that would be my thank you to everybody that believes in us and anyone who's ready to support. And please, any suggestion, I'm happy to hear.
Good.
I'm here. Thank you so much.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, this is what time will permit us because we've got another program coming on in a few minutes. So I'll take this opportunity to say a big thank you to all of you, those watching us live on Facebook, those following us on all the social media handles. We thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll come your way next week, probably to discuss a different topic. So thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you for hanging out with Vicky. Jemima, it's a blessing. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. And I know our viewers, because, you know, I was getting messages coming through, people showing their appreciation. A lot of people want to contact you as well.
Amazing.
So get ready for the phone calls. Get ready for the phone calls. So thank you once again. We hope to have you back in the studio again. And I wish you all the best with, you know, what you are doing and, you know, your sacrifices, trying your very best to educate the Afro-Caribbean community. We are so grateful. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us. I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries, and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station.